Well, it really has changed from when we first met, started drawing together, and the
Yeah.
charcoal figurative stuff, and then
And
you
how long
showing-
ago, how long ago was that? It was over 20 years ago, right?
27,
Yeah,
yeah, 27 years.
because I've been
27,
here in
28
this
years.
studio for, it's got to be close to 25, 21, 22, 25, something like
Yeah,
that.
you didn't have this space only when we first met.
No, I've been coming over here, but I didn't actually get a studio until I had come here for 2 or 3 years, just doing workshops
Yeah.
with Tim Hawksworth.
And this
That-
has
that-
changed a bunch, just, you're in the present phase, you know, what has gotten you to this, as opposed to when you first were doing this, your abstracts were more sort of directed, and then you gave a speech about painting nothing,
But I think that I almost always saw a story in the painting. And as you pointed out earlier, I was very affected by the military presence we had brought to the Middle East. And they affected how I painted there for a short time. I was able to go to Ireland, thanks to, quite frankly, to Tim Hawksworth helped me get in there. And over there, my work changed
yeah.
because I walked into the studio the first day, and I was going to be there for 3 months, and I walked in there for the first day and looked at the canvas of the vellum that I brought and thought, now, what are you going to do now, Snow? What are you going to, and truly, it was probably 3 or 4 days before I felt comfortable enough to actually pick up, and it was acrylic in those days, to pick up a tube of acrylic and do something with it. And by the end of the 3 months, I was beginning to enjoy some of the things. Many of them are now part of a group that I call the White Paintings, and they are abstract almost, because every once in a while you see something, you say, oh yes, I see the story, but I also see the, I don't know, weapons or whatever it was I was using as indicators. But from probably close, I think it would be easy for me to say that from that time in Ireland, when I was poked into having to do something, I would have to say that was the beginning of that same extension of that same journey that, as I said, that started in high school. And that journey, each time I picked up a tube of paint, acrylic or oil now, it was all about what I was putting on that canvas and how it appealed to me, how it spoke to me, and it still is that impetus behind it. That I've almost had to force myself to say, it's all right. You can do it any way you want to. Nobody's going to care much about it anyway as to what or how or what stimulated that, Justin, because I don't know. And
Well, now the painting that is in our limited collection of your works from Ireland, when you came back, you were definitely affected by the weight of the peat, and that painting that you described to us, and when you look at it, is you were reacting to a general feeling of the weight of the peat and the downtrodden whatever, the feeling that was there. What do you, now when you paint, where are you drawing this energy from, or is it that ethereal?
I don't think I would be, I don't think I could be accurate by saying that what was stimulating me now is not the same. I would have to say that certainly part of what's taking place in these now abstract paintings pretty much had to stem from the various classes and conversations and whatnot that I have had with Tim Hawksworth, who is a remarkable teacher, and he convinced me to just let it happen. Don't plan it too deeply. And so for the past 20 years, that has been something that sort of pushed me into where I am now. When it actually became totally abstract, no, because there wasn't a when. It simply grew. It grew to what it is now, daily, painting by painting. I must say that what I'm now seeing and doing is surprising me. But I'm, quite frankly, as sorry as I am to say it, as emphatically as I do, I'm enjoying these paintings. These paintings speak to me, and I've been able to convince a couple of people who wanted to discuss abstraction, and I've been able to discuss with them the ability, the privilege that they have, that person, when looking at an abstract painting, particularly in this case of mine, that they have the right, the ability, if they wish, to see anything they want in it. I see a journey in almost all of them, one way or another, an abstract journey. There's an interesting thought. An abstract journey wouldn't get you anywhere probably, but I have, but it is what has led me to where these abstract paintings have carried me, and I always feel strange saying things like, but I'm very content, happy with where my paintings are now.